Hi, I'm John Vaughn, CEO of the Quest Oracle community, and here at Quest, plans are coming together for our upcoming Blueprint 4D event. And after 2 long years, we couldn't be more excited to gather the Oracle Cloud Applications community again for an in-person event, which is going to be held June 6th through the 9th in Las Vegas. And this year, we'll actually welcome new participants from around the globe through our Blueprint 4D virtual program. And today, I'm talking with Yvette Cameron, Senior Vice President of Global HCM Strategy at Oracle, who will deliver the Cloud Applications Forum keynote address at Blueprint 4D. Yvette, it's great to see you.
John, it's great to see you as well. And I'm excited to be talking about this upcoming event. It's something I'm looking forward to tremendously.
Yes, we are too. And well, speaking of looking forward, as we begin to look to that June event, I'd love to ask you a few questions about the Cloud Applications team Blueprint 4D participation. So let's start with the big picture first. Can you tell us a little bit about what you and your team will be sharing with the Oracle Cloud Applications customers at Blueprint 4D?
Yeah, you bet. You know, we have so many sessions that we are scheduled to be participating in, some customer forums and presentations. And of course, we're going to be really focusing on today's critical challenges. What are the top needs, the top challenges of organizations, things like the new global workplace, and how do we consider managing in this new hybrid environment and the new ways that individuals are looking to work or not work, depending on what's happening in a particular industry. Employee experiences have taken center stage in conversations. How do we ensure that we build empathetic cultures of trust? How do we really engage with individuals and help them bring their best me to work? And also focusing on things like the deskless workforce, right? There's so much talk about individuals returning to the workplace, but so many people have been in the workplace throughout this last pandemic and all the challenges we've gone through in the last few years. And so bringing those topics forward. So talking about those key needs, of course, we'll be talking about some of our latest and greatest innovations and how those solutions can help address some of those needs. So there's just a great depth and breadth of functionality, best practices, tips and techniques, so much going on at the conference coming up in June.
Yeah, a wide range of topics that your team can cover. So let's hone in a little bit, and I'm wondering if you can give us a preview of some of the topics that you'll be covering in your keynote address.
Yeah, so my keynote address is entitled essentially the latest innovations from Oracle Cloud HCM, and I'm going to be focusing on those topics from the perspective of our key investment themes for 2022, and those are focused on experiences, on pervasive intelligence, and on the agility of HR. So I'll be talking about things like how are we helping organizations connect with and better communicate with their workforce? How does technology and various processes support things like better mental health and well-being? Personalization and the role and the importance of personalization, and how far are we able to take it today? As you know, John, last year we introduced our concept of journeys, and as of today, it's been taken up by over 1,100 customers. This is the fastest solution we've ever had adopted in our history. And we're going to talk, I'm so excited to talk about how we are expanding our capabilities and journeys and making them more contextual, more personalized, et cetera. So the employee experience is going to take center stage in that conversation, but I'll also be talking about things like pervasive intelligence and how do we bring contextual analytics to support decisions right in the flow of work, right at the point of deciding on certain transactions and activities you're taking in the organization. And Agile HR is all about having greater insights to support workforce planning and managing the compositions of your team as they may need to change, and really looking at the agility and flexibility of HR and how they can support organizations. So a really jam-packed session. I'm super excited to share it.
Yeah, it sounds like one the cloud application users are not going to want to miss.
Absolutely.
So tell us a little bit more too about what are some of the hot topics that you are personally looking forward to digging into with HCM cloud customers.
I have to say, I truly look forward to being on site and connecting face to face, person to person with our customers, because while we have fantastic conversations through Zoom calls and whatnot, it's really it's such a different experience when we're able to meet face to face and have conversations around sensitive topics like culture. How is the culture of your organization today versus how it was, multiple years ago? And as we move forward, I don't think we're yet in the new normal. It seems to be shifting on a regular basis, unfortunately. But organizations are really asking questions like, how do we reconnect with the workforce? How do we really refocus on what's important and understand what's important to individuals? So things like culture, communication, empathy, trust, rebuilding trust in the organization, super super important for organizations, but oftentimes difficult conversations to have in just a traditional forum. So I'm really looking forward to that. Also, obviously attracting talent, retaining talent are longstanding issues made much more difficult in today's very dynamic and constantly changing environment. So again, looking and exploring on the different approaches that are being used and how they vary by industry, and how are those critical needs changing today from where they were, again, a year or two ago, and where do we think they're going? So I'm looking forward to a lot of really in-depth conversation, sharing what we're doing and learning from the customers as we're having those conversations.
Yeah, it's going to be so good to be able to have that exchange and free flow of information back and forth with customers and Oracle executives and vendors.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're excited about that too. Well, speaking of excitement, is there anything about the new cloud applications forum at Blueprint 4D that you're looking forward to? A little bit of a new approach to the event.
Yeah, I was really excited to hear about how, essentially, sections will be created for the users, right? So whether I'm in using PeopleSoft today or EBS or JD Edwards or Oracle Cloud HCM, that ability to have access to the people, the content, the executives relative to those offerings is really important. But also, again, to be able to go to a centralized place, again, if I'm in PeopleSoft and to go to the new Cloud Apps Forum, that's that section that's dedicated to Oracle Cloud HCM, and know that I can connect with other customers, other users, ask the questions that I need to get answered of the experts. It feels to me like it's going to be a much more relevant and personalized experience for the users as opposed to perhaps previous events. They've all been great, but this one feels like we've really taken it to that personalized level, and I think that's going to make a big difference in the what people take away from this conference.
Yeah. There's as you were talking about earlier, there are a few things that only in-person events can deliver, and there is an approach here that we're trying to create this intimacy where people really are encouraged and enabled to connect.
Exactly. But John, I'm also excited that it's not just about in person, right? There are so many individuals who are unable to travel at this point. Logistically, it's just the timing isn't working out. So I love that you're not making this an in-person only event. There's a lot of advantages, but the fact that you're enabling content to be shared virtually, I just think that shows such a respect for individuals and companies. And so bravo to you and the team for making that happen.
Well, thank you. And Yvette, thank you for your time today. Obviously, we can't wait to see you and the rest of the cloud applications team at Blueprint 4D in June.
I look forward to it.
Absolutely. And Oracle Cloud Applications customers and vendors, learn more about the Cloud Applications Forum at Blueprint 4D by visiting the Quest Oracle community website and using the top menu bar, click on events. Again, the Cloud Applications Forum at Blueprint 4D, June 6th through the 9th in Las Vegas, Nevada. Yvette and I hope to see you there.